Bad breath. Yeah. Bad breath. Hi guys, it's Wendy Q from Pop Vegan. Today we're going to talk about everything that you need to know before you start a vegan keto diet. Okay, so the best place to start is to talk about what is a keto diet. Keto is short for ketosis, and ketosis is a metabolic state that occurs within the body where your body changes its energy source from glucose or carbohydrates to fats. A keto diet induces this state by severely restricting the carbohydrates in your diet, leaving the body really only with fat as its primary source of energy. A keto diet focuses on 3 macronutrients as the basis for the diet. They are fat, protein, and carbohydrates. 70% of your daily calories are going to come from healthy fats. 25% of your daily calories are going to come from plant-based proteins. 5% of your daily calories are going to come from carbohydrates. This 5% is very restrictive and probably different than any diet that you've ever been on before, and it is for this reason that a vegan keto diet is very difficult. So what is off limits on a vegan keto diet? Well, most of the things you're probably accustomed to eating as a vegan are off the menu. The list includes root vegetables such as potatoes, all grains, most fruits, and legumes. So what does that leave you? Well, it leaves you with a much shorter list of fruits and vegetables that you can enjoy, but let's focus on what you can enjoy on a vegan keto diet. You're going to have healthy sources of fat such as olive oil and avocados. You're going to have plant-based proteins such as tofu, edamame, hemp seeds, and you're going to have in limited amounts very nutrient-dense leafy greens such as spinach, and a limited amount of fruit such as raspberries or blueberries. It may take several days to as much as a week when keto is done properly to enter that state of ketosis. So what are some of the benefits of a keto diet? Why do people severely restrict their carbohydrates and go through what may be perceived as some suffering in your diet to enter this ketosis state? What is it good for? Well, there are still studies being done and much research that hasn't even begun to be started yet, but early claims of the benefits of entering a state of ketosis is a better response to inflammation in the body, reducing inflammation, which may be beneficial for people who have inflammatory diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis. Other benefits that have been suggested for ketosis are protection against Parkinson's disease, diseases that may affect memory loss and muscle function, and it may also provide some protection against heart disease. My own experience with ketosis has shown me that ketosis can aid digestion, reduce gas and bloating, and aid with weight loss. What are some of the side effects of a keto diet? How does eating like this affect your body? Many people get something referred to as the keto flu. Keto flu is not a real influenza. Keto flu is a set of symptoms used to describe the side effects that many people have when starting a ketosis diet. Keto flu may include symptoms such as fatigue, lightheadedness, dizziness, low energy, difficulty sleeping, and several other similar type of symptoms. Now, these symptoms do subside. When keto is done properly, these symptoms do subside, usually within the first week. And if you are currently heavily reliant on carbohydrates in your diet, you may find that you will have some of those symptoms of the keto flu. For those who do not currently have a diet that is very reliant on carbohydrates, they will probably not have keto flu at all. In my case, I don't rely on many carbohydrates except for plant sources in my diet, so I did not have keto flu symptoms. However, there are other symptoms that you should also be aware of. You will probably have intense food cravings, and the reason for this is you are now shifting the way that you have probably been used to eating your entire life, which is a diet that is heavy in carbs. After all, that's what the food pyramid always told us, right? So this diet is turning that food pyramid kind of upside down. You're gonna see a change, obviously, in how you eat. Your body is probably used to its main source of energy coming from glucose. So it is a shift for your body to remember how to use fat as a source of energy. Because of that, your body is going to be telling you to go for that easy fix and have some simple carbs, and that is absolutely the wrong thing to do when you're on a keto diet. If you're in ketosis already, having carbs above the suggested level of carbs will probably kick you out of ketosis, which means you have to start from square one again. Another side effect you may experience, especially if you do a great deal of exercise when you're beginning and into a keto diet, you may experience some leg cramps or cramping in other parts of your body. My experience was to have leg cramps, and there's a couple of things that you can do to resolve that. Cramps of this type are generally a result of dehydration, and because you will be flushing a lot of fluids on a keto diet, you will need to increase your hydration as well as your electrolyte levels, and maybe include some extra salt in your diet to help your body hold on to that much needed water. The other thing that you can do if you experience leg cramps on a keto diet is simply have some carbs, and that will be a quick solution to the cramps. Depending on how many carbs you ingest, you may be able to start over the next day and enter ketosis much more quickly. One of the most important things that you can do to be successful on a vegan keto diet is to plan ahead. And by plan ahead, that would include planning your meals for the entire week. This will set you up for success. Everything will be accounted for. You'll know exactly what you're going to eat and when, which will help you deal with cravings you may have. And doing prep work at the beginning of each week will help make that even easier. So after you've planned your diet for the week, you'll want to do your shopping for that week. You'll pick up the healthy fats, the plant-based proteins, as well as your nutrient-dense carbohydrates. I like to do my meal prep twice a week. I do it on Sunday nights and on Wednesdays. That just works for me. If you want to knock it all out on Sunday, go right ahead. But I find that having several days worth of food prep done in advance will help you to be very successful and not change your menu plan at the last minute. When I first started a vegan keto diet, I had lists from the internet of what I could eat and what I couldn't eat, and how many grams of fat and how many grams of protein were in each one. And there were a lot of math calculations to make sure I got the right amount each day, the right serving size that equated to the right number of whatever nutrient it was that I was looking for. So it was pretty complicated. I mean, most people don't know how many grams of fat are in a tablespoon of olive oil. Well, I do, and you will too after you start this diet. But something that makes it so much easier is to simply download a keto app to your phone. Now, I did a quick search in the App Store on my phone, and my screen was filled with so many keto apps. Now, while I didn't see one that was specific for vegan, you're basically looking for an app that will help you to calculate the macros for foods and serving sizes. I've tried a couple of different keto apps, and the one that I like best is called Carb Manager. Now, I'm not sponsored by Carb Manager, nor am I affiliated with them in any way. I just found that the app was very easy to use. It was very intuitive. It had a wide database of foods to choose from, and it also allowed you to add your own customizable recipes. And best of all, the free version works just fine. So Carb Manager is one that I like. You know, you can try out a couple of different ones and see which one works best for you. If you find one that you think is really great, it would be terrific if you would list those in the comment section below so that other viewers who are interested in a keto app can have some other suggestions to take a look at, and maybe they'll find something that works really great for them too. So basically, you're going to be logging your meals for the day. And I mean logging. Literally every single morsel that you put in your mouth, that you ingest in your body, you are gonna log that because you want to account for every single macronutrient, every piece of fat, every piece of protein, and every single carbohydrate. When you're in a nearly perfect ratio of 70% of your calories from fat, 25% of your calories from protein, and 5% of your calories from nutrient-dense carbs, you will be in the optimum zone for reaching ketosis. So I know so far the diet may sound a little bit complicated, and admittedly, if I didn't use the keto app, I would absolutely agree with you that it is a complicated diet. However, the apps make it very easy. A couple of things that you may want to invest in to make your transition into a vegan keto diet even smoother is, if you don't already have it, invest in a small electronic food scale. We were able to find one inexpensively, I think at Walmart. It was maybe $7 or $8. It converts it has options for grams and ounces, and I don't know about you, but I can't look at a handful of spinach or arugula and tell how many ounces it is. On a vegan keto diet, those measurements are very important to ensure your success. So how do you know when you're in ketosis? I mean, when is all of this work gonna pay off? Well, typically at the end of the first week. If you are doing it correctly, you should be in ketosis. And there are a couple of ways that you can check to see if you are indeed in ketosis. The first way is to check your blood levels. Well, that includes drawing your blood. That was not really an option for me, so I selected the next option, which is to invest in these inexpensive keto strips. And I don't know if you can see it too well there on the video. Let me try to get that in there. But so these are Nurse Hattie's professional grade ketone test strips. What these do is test the ketone levels in your urine. So they come with these little strips, and you just hold a strip underneath a stream of urine. And I don't know if you can see, but at the tip there is a extra piece of, I don't know what it is, material, something that is what reacts to the ketones that are in your urine. So that will tell you when you are in ketosis, and you don't have to be a scientist to be able to read the results here. It is very simply on the side of the container. This is the bottom level of ketosis, or actually this is not in ketosis at all, and this is very mild. These next two, these middle two, are where I tend to be when I am in ketosis. I have never progressed to these higher levels, and I think probably most people actually wouldn't. I think these are for testing. I don't know if you can hear it, but that is my sweet dog again, whining for attention. But let's keep going, and I will attend to him in just a moment. So I think these higher levels are for different medical uses that wouldn't apply to a keto diet. You're really going to be focusing on these bottom four for indicators of your success in entering ketosis. So again, Nurse Hattie professional grade ketone test strips. I picked these up on Amazon, and again, not sponsored or affiliated with them. They were just something that another blogger had recommended, so I thought I would give them a try. They worked just fine for me, and I think they were maybe about $5. So now if this isn't something that you're interested in doing, there is finally one tried and true method to determine if you are in ketosis. And I'm just not going to beat around the bush. I'm just going to say it. You're going to have really awful breath. That's right. Bad breath. Yeah. Bad breath. Yeah. So bad breath is an indicator of ketosis. And this is not your typical morning breath. This is a very different kind of breath odor. It's unlike anything that I've experienced before, and probably you as well. But keto breath, and keto breath is a real thing. Do not doubt it for 1 second. Keto breath is a very real thing, and keto breath smells. Some people describe it as smelling like acetone. I would probably describe it as having a smell similar to that of very overripe, maybe even rotten fruit. It's very sweet, rotten sweet, if that makes sense. But at any rate, if you're not interested in drawing your blood or using the ketone strips, you can just wait a few days, and when your breath is nastier than any breath you've ever smelled in your life, you are definitely in ketosis. So good job. So another tip that goes along with the bad breath, obviously, you can have mints or gum or something to help freshen your breath when you're interacting with others, and be sure to have plenty of liquids to sip on and rinse out your mouth throughout the day. So I hope you enjoyed this video of things that you need to know, including the tip about bad breath, before starting on a vegan keto diet. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And as always, if you have comments or questions, list them in the comments section below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bad breath.